After he and Finney sleep on the beach, Jean awakens with the dawn. Finney wakes up soon after and goes for a quick swim before they head home. They arrive just in time for Jean's 10 o'clock test in trigonometry, which he flunks. It is the first time that he has ever failed a test, but Finney gives him little time to worry about it. They play blitzball all afternoon and have a meeting of the Super Suicide Society after dinner. That night, Jean tries to catch up on his trigonometry and Finney tells him that he works too hard. Finney suspects him of trying to be class valedictorian, which Jean denies. Suddenly, however, he realizes that he does, in fact, want to be valedictorian so that he can match Finney and all of his athletic awards. Jean asks Finney how he would feel if he achieved the honor. Finney jokingly replies that he would kill himself out of envy. Jean feels that the jocular tone is a mere screen, however, and that there is some truth to Finney's words. Believing that the envy in their relationship is mutual, Jean now perceives a rivalry that he never recognized before. Highly disturbed, he concludes that all of Finney's overtures of friendship and insistence that Jean participate in all of his diversions are calculated to thwart him in his achievement of academic success comparable to Finney's athletic success. Jean works to become an exceptional student and begins to surpass his only real rival, Chet Douglas. Finney cannot compete with Jean academically, but he nonetheless intensifies his own studying. Jean interprets Finney's hunkering down as merely an attempt to even out the sides of the rivalry, since Jean is an excellent student and a fairly good athlete, while Finney is an excellent athlete but a poor student. Despite Jean's suspicions of Finney, the two get along well in the weeks that follow. The masters of the school, meanwhile, give up any pretense of discipline, and one day Jean tells Mr. Prudhomme about his trip to the beach with Finney. To his surprise, the teacher shows no concern about their rule-breaking. Jean continues to attend the nightly meetings of the Suicide Society so as to prevent Finney from suspecting that their friendship might be flagging. One night, as Jean studies for a French exam, Finney comes into the room and announces that Leper Lapelier is planning to jump from the tree by the river that night and thus become a full member of their society. Jean doesn't believe that Leper would ever dare the feat and concludes that Finney must have talked him into the attempt in order to interrupt Jean's studying. Jean complains that his grade will suffer and begins to storm out to the tree when Finney tells him casually that he doesn't have to come along if he wants to study, as it is only a game. Finney says that he didn't realize that Jean ever had to study. He thought his academic prowess came naturally. He expresses admiration for Jean's intelligence and says that he is right to be so serious about something at which he excels. He tells Jean to stay and study, but Jean replies that he has studied enough and insists on going to see Leper jump. As they walk toward the tree, Jean decides that there must never have been any rivalry between them after all. Moreover, he thinks that this latest interaction has proved that Finney is his moral superior. Finney seems incapable of being actively jealous of anyone. Finney proposes a double jump with Jean, and they strip and ascend the tree. Finney goes out onto the limb first, and when Jean steps out, his knees bend and he jostles the limb, causing Finney to lose his balance and fall with a sickening thud to the bank. Jean then moves out to the end of the limb and dives into the water, suddenly fearless,